Hi folks, so for question three, you're asked about the mean and the median, so you just need to know your averages. So this is junior cert, things you would have done in junior cert really. So the mean anyway, um, correct one decimal place. So to work out the mean, you need to just add them all up and then divide by how many numbers there are. So that's how you would show your workings there. So you add them all up and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, didn't need to count. But that's what you're going to divide by. So you can put all that into your calculator. And I'm getting 13.57142. So I'm getting a long decimal. So if you round it off to one decimal place, you would get 13.6. So that's the answer. You lose a mark if you don't round it off properly. The median then. So the median is the middle number. Uh, Common mistake is people not putting them in order first. So I'm going to put the numbers in order. So the smallest number there is 8. And there's another 8 as well. And then there's 9. And then there's 11. And then 14. And then there's 17. And 28. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So then the median is the middle one. So we're going to cross them off from both sides. And because there's 7 numbers, we're going to get one in the middle, which is 11. So 11 is the median there. That's the answer. Okay, so third part then asks us something a little bit harder than it. We have to go into the median a little bit more. So um, one more number is added to the list. The new median then is 10.5. So find the number that was added to the list. Right, so you have to think about this a little bit then. So now, if there's a number added to the list anyway, there has to be 8 numbers in the list then. So there's 8 numbers there. Basically, the new median is 10.5. So if there's 8 numbers in the list, if you know your rules of working with the median, whenever there's an even amount of numbers, so whenever there's 8 numbers in the list, you'll have to take the middle two and add them together and divide by 2. So when we add those two there together and divide it by 2, we're going to get 10.5. Has to be the way it is. So if you think about it, if you were to add, if the new number was added down here somewhere, it wouldn't really make a difference to what the middle would be. You know that you've got from your list already above, you've got 9 around there, you've got 11 around there, you've got 14 around there. So you have to think about what number would, so um, what number, call it x plus 11 divided by 2. So what does that x have to be? So what plus 11 divided by 2 would be 10.5. So there's only one number it could possibly be. It has to be 10. So 10 plus 11 divided by 2 would be 10.5. Because 10.5 is in between 10 and 11. It's halfway between 10 and 11. So the number has to go in there as 10 and then 11, and then it works out. So then you still have your 9, your 8, and your 8 there. And then you've got your 14, 17, and 28. So now it works out. That's the only possible way it could be to make the median 10.5. So answer is 10. Part B then. So, uh, Ben has 3 subjects to choose. He must pick one subject from each group. So how many uh, different choices between the 3 can he make? So if you think about it, Really, all we're going to be doing here is multiplying. So if you think about it, you could have French and biology, French and physics, French and chemistry, French and business, and then you could have French biology, art, French biology, accounting, French biology, history, French biology, geography, French biology, um, home economics. So that would be um, so there's five different possibilities there. But then he could take French physics and each of the five, and then he could take French chemistry in each of the five, and French business each of the five. Um, so it gets big really quickly. So really, all you have to do here is you just have to multiply them. So you just do 3 times 4 times 5, and that'll give you the total possible outcomes then. So 4 times 5 is 20, and 3 times is 60. So 60 is the maximum that, or the total that amount of choices that he could make. The second one then, so the school is going to add one extra subject for one of the groups A, B, or C. So you don't know which one, which group should the extra subject be added to make the largest number of choices, right? So it's not necessarily what you think here. Um, if you're not sure how it works, then advice I have is to do for each of them. Okay, so if you were to add an extra one to group A, there's already three subjects there. So if you were to add an extra one to group A, that would make it four. So now you have four instead of 3 times 4 times 5. Now you've got 4 times 4 times. If you were to add an extra one to B, there's already four in B, so that would go to 5. So now it would be 3 times 5 times 5 choices. And if you were to add one to C, then there's 5 in C already, so 6. So it goes to 6. 3 times 4 times 6. Right, so a lot of people might think straight away it's going to be C because now you've got the biggest number in C. It's not actually the way it works. So 4 times 4 times 5 um, is going to be 80. 3 times 5 times 5 is going to be 75, and 3 times 4 times 6 is only going to be 72. So uh, you've done the three of them here, so it's obviously then it's going to be A. So it's because you're bringing up the smaller number. So now you've got 4 times 5 instead of here where you've got smaller number times 5. The way it works out, but is it's going to be Group A. So you can use that as your justification anyway. So answer is Group A. And your justification will be that it'll be 80 choices.